Yes, people back, but never gone. Of course, I know it's been a while. Do apologize for the inconsistency. Recently, the last few weeks, we haven't been streaming. That's something that we're gonna improve on going forward next season, 100%. I'm welcomed here with my brother and double fellow Gooner as well. How you doing, my bro? You good?
All good, bro. All good. How about you?
Yes, man. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Of course, coming off a season with mixed emotions, up and down. We're going to be joined as well, people by a City fan. We've got a Liverpool fan in the background. United fans coming later. So we got representation out here today. It's definitely gonna get heated, 100%. But it's gonna be an enjoyable show. It's gonna be an enjoyable show. I mean, obviously I got Endo with me here, so why not start off with an Arsenal little analysis. Of course, we know how the season went. 93% of the season, we was on top. We was living life. We was celebrating. We was excited. We was all saying Cronky in for the first time ever. Even Arteta in because after what Arteta's brought us through, a lot of people were saying Arteta out. Let's start with Arteta for you. And how big of a season for Arteta was that for you? Was that like for you? Was that the turning point where you're like, okay, I can trust this guy going forward?
Yeah, but for me, I was one of the few that was Arteta in when he was getting the calls for Arteta to be out because
Oh man,
uh, for me it was a lot deeper than just the manager. There was so many issues that he came into a team that was had so many problems already. You know, we had the Wenger leftovers. We had so many things we had to destroy and rebuild. And
mm,
I always knew because at Man City, he was a training ground coach. It's no surprise that Guardiola was upset when he left because he was the man on the pitch with these players. So he has a vision, and I always knew he had. When he came to he didn't hesitate when Arsenal offered him the job, despite where we were. You know, he took it straight away because he knew what he wanted to do.
that's true.
And last season, when we lost our first three games, after that, you could see it slowly progressing. You could see his vision of what he's trying to do. And eventually, this season, it looked like it all came together. I do feel that the way we missed out on fourth spot last season is what motivated this season. You know how we did, because honestly,
Yeah,
everyone was expecting us to be scrapping for top four, but here we are, frigging 10 months into the season, and we're still top two, or most of the time at the top. So I
mm.
do believe that all the bad that happened is what motivated the Arsenal we have now, and Arteta is a big part of that. I really want it to work out for him because you know he has taken a lot of stick, whether rightly so or wrongly so. He has taken a lot of stick, and it's not easy when a manager, you know, is losing game after game after game, and the pressure's on. You know what I mean? So to come back from that, I got to respect that.
Definitely. And you just said it there as well. Something I want to highlight is losing game after game. Because I remember when we went on that 7 loss streak, or even eight. I think it was the first time in our history. Bro, I was screaming Arteta out. I'll be honest with you. I couldn't see it.
A lot of people were. A lot of
Yeah, I
people were.
couldn't see the vision. I couldn't see the vision. I know he was trying to do this positional play, but I didn't think it's a results business at the end of the day. It's a results business. I hear you trying to implement your style, and I think what gave him grace was the fact that in his first tenure, he won the FA Cup, and obviously the Community Shield. So he showed that he can win a cup, can win a title, not a title, sorry, but can win a strong cup. Because let's be honest, Carabao Cup's not really something to celebrate too much, but FA Cup has a bit more weight to it. But it's not really something you want to brag about the next season or the season after. For
Definitely.
me as well, I did give him a grace period, but I think you know what? Even last season when we lost to Southampton and top four was looking bleak, those 3 games where we fumbled it, Palace, Southampton, I can't remember what it was. They gave him a extension on his contract, and for me, I was quite surprised, not in a bad way, but I thought, you know what they must see something we're not seeing, and two, they must really believe this guy. And then when he had the financial backing, because Wenger was never back like this, in the late time he was here. Emery was not backed really. I know the Pepe signing, but even that was in installments. And let's be honest, Torreira wasn't that much. Like there wasn't really a big splash of cash. I guess could argue Aubameyang, but I don't think Emery was backed. And to be honest, I still believe that we should have gave Emery a bit more time. But that's a conversation for another day.
I agree with
Um,
that.
yeah, but in terms of this season, what Arteta has been able to achieve, yes, he did crumble at the end. Would you say double that's down to the injuries or the lack of mentality?
Probably a bit of both. I mean,
Mm,
it's a experience thing. Man City have been there before so many times, and that's the pill that's hard to swallow. Is there's no shame in losing to Man City, but because we was there for so long, 5 point lead, 8 point lead, throwing away 2-0 leads. If we won those games, imagine we could have been in a position where we could have lost to Man City and it would still be in our hands. So there's a lot to take from it and there's a lot to learn from it. I think it was a lack of experience and a lack of squad depth. Because eventually you could see those guys were getting tired. Martinelli, Saka, they
yeah,
were
Saka
key key
especially.
key to the goals we scored all through the season. That the two on the flanks,
Do you
and
blame
eventually
Arteta for a lack of rotation, or do you think he had no choice of because the
I don't
backups weren't good enough?
I don't think he had a choice because he was doing it consistently. And to be honest, he was kind of getting away with it. I mean, a lot of them players were avoiding injury. But then as I look back, I'm starting to think maybe some of them were playing with injuries that he didn't probably air out too much because Party was immense at the start. And he was
That's
another
true.
key one that dipped in performance. And that kind of cost us as well because him and Zaka, they were like
But
the glue.
talking about injuries, just to pause you for a second, I'll let you carry on. I did find out, I don't know how true it is, but there was sources saying that Saka was actually playing with an injury for the last 2 months, and
Oh,
you could see
really?
that in his performances. He wasn't as I
Yeah.
feel like he wasn't as sharp and as direct as he had been. He was being a bit more reserved, a bit more passing back and playing it safe than we have seen. And I
Mm.
do think it's vitally important for you to have cover in that position because of how we play. Our wingers are so essential to his attacking, and at least with Martinelli was getting that rest with Trossard. Because soon as Trossard came in, because Martinelli was going through a bit of a tough time, Trossard came in. Martinelli was able to rest a bit, get his mindset right. He came back in and he started ticking again, just like he did at the start of the season.
Mm,
Saka didn't have
mm,
that, and I reckon if we had somebody on Trossard's level that was able to play on the right, and Saka was able to have a little bit of a break and a little bit of I need to fight for my position, we would have seen Saka firing
mm,
a bit more. But that's what this window is about for me.
mm. I think that's another thing with I don't know, maybe even lack of experience from Arteta as well.
Mm.
But I do believe he's learning from that, and I'm praying to God that that's something he's gonna look into next season. Because it's definitely vital. He's staying. Saka wants to stay. Martinelli wants to stay. They've all signed. Hopefully, Saliba will sign. But I just feel like
Yes, Saliba has signed the
is it
3 years
official?
plus one.
It's official, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
official.
bless. Because
Saliba signed. Yeah,
I
he's
was
staying. He's
worried
staying.
about him signing, so
And I think that
that's
I think
good to know.
Yeah, I think signing Saliba is the most important signing we could have done in this window.
Say that again.
So I said signing Saliba for me was the most important signing we could have done.
Done in
But you
this
struggling to
window,
hear me? Can you hear me
absolutely.
now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
Sorry, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, signing
yeah, for me,
Saliba was
100%.
crucial, man. Really crucial, and if we can keep most of these players together, I think we'll have a good chance next season. What we have to remember is we're still a work in progress. Man City are the
Mm,
finished article. The
mm.
painting, the finished painting. That's Man City, and to compete with them for so long, knowing we're still a work in progress, it's a good sign. My only worry is a couple of my friends have told me that teams who finish second don't always bounce back. I look at Liverpool and Man United finished second; they didn't really bounce back from it. So there's that worry there. But hopefully, I'm hoping the motivation from missing out on top four last season is gonna motivate us again because we missed out on top. like you said, 93% of the season. Hopefully that motivates us as well. So we'll see, man. I really want us to be up there next season. I don't want anyone to say it was just a one-hit wonder with Arsenal.
Yeah,
you know, we got
that's
to
exactly how
keep that momentum up. You know what I mean?
That is exactly how I feel. It cannot be a one season thing, because then it's just, I feel like it's just, what do you do then? Back to the drawing board, back to starting
Mm-hmm.
again, back
Mm-hmm.
to not really expecting anything. And when we saw the way that Liverpool were fighting with City, it was, you could tell that wasn't just a one off. Liverpool
Yeah,
bounced back and
exactly.
won it the season afterwards when they lost out by a point.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to have the same mentality. And yes, we are ahead of schedule, but for me, the board and the technical director Edu has to see this season and be like, well, we've come second. We can't regress. We now have to go through the title, which means I'm expecting to see a heavy transfer window, a smart one as well. Because I'm tired of the days where we sign players like Cedric. I don't want to see that now. I need
Mm-hmm.
to see. I need to see us signing with some integrity, signing some Champions League experience, signing
And
in
we're in the
position.
Champions League as
We're in
well.
the Champions League.
Hopefully that
We need
will
to
attract
sign
big
players
names.
now. We need to sign players now that they can start. Not buying for the bench. We need to buy players that can
Yeah,
start and that are
that can start.
forcing players that are starting now onto the bench. That's what we
It's
need to do. Same, just like we did with Trossard. That's what we need to do.
it's essential. There's no way we can play the league and Champions League with that squad. Surely Edu and Arteta know
Can I
that.
cut in
Surely.
quickly?
Yo,
You're right.
That's fast.
I'm
Nice you
wondering.
to join us.
Sorry.
No, I said nice of you to.
Oh yeah, thank you. Cheers, man. Yeah, thanks for thanks for inviting me up as well. I just wanted to say, have Arsenal peaked too early? Because because like you guys are saying that Arsenal can't regress, but it just seems like they've cheated the way to the top, and now there's just too many gaps for them not to regress. Because
When you say too many gaps, is that players or ability?
players, obviously, like I think, you're gonna need at least three players to just do what you done last season. Especially now that everyone knows what Arsenal's about, how good Arteta is, how good the team is. Saka's always gonna have three guys in him. Martinelli's not gonna have such a good, free run. Like to just run riots on the wings. You're losing a key midfielder, and Arsenal would see just how just how devastating it is losing a key midfielder in Xhaka.
Would you not argue that us moving Shaka on shows that we're clearly going to replace someone with better play?
No, because the thing is, you can't move a guy like that on, and who are you going to replace him with? There's not going to be no one out there. First of all, Xhaka is absolute quality anyway, so it's going to be really, really hard to replace him. Number one, and two, replace him. With the sort of impact he has on the team. He's like a warrior. Like if I'm going to war, okay, if I'm in the midfield and I'm going to war, I need someone like Xhaka to back me up. I can't go to war with Jorginho. I can't go to war with Odegaard. I can't go to war with Vieira. Partey can back me up, but that's it. That's just two guys. And Xhaka's gonna go. Anyone else coming in ain't gonna have the steal. That's been Arsenal's main problem. Yeah, for
would you not
all
argue that Declan
seasons.
Rice would fill that void?
Okay, are you guys gonna get him? Declan Rice
we're heavily linked. I'm saying if we sign Rice, would you say that void is filled?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that void, because he's got a bit about himself as well. It can. Yeah, he's a soldier, isn't it? Like Declan Rice, and him and Partey can hold it up. They will be able to hold up. But yeah, Saka's a huge miss, and the same with City. If City lose Gundogan, they've just taken some steps back. I don't see them being the same City next season.
But he's not going to be there next season.
Exactly.
It's not confirmed yet. But
I can't wait.
I'm pretty sure he's moving on. I mean, I'll be surprised if he's still there, but I think he's moving on.
I cannot wait. I really can't wait for them to lose Gundogan. Because if you notice, in the last 3 or 4 seasons, whenever they've needed that extra bit. Gundogan is always the one to come through.
Yep, he
you
turns
know?
into Pele.
Yeah, and he's done that so many seasons. He's done that for the last 3-4 seasons. You know, like it's what's called. Yeah, the team's gone stale. And we're going through the motions, and then what happens? Gundogan all of a sudden, he comes in 5, 6, 7 games, wins it for them, and that's how they just push on after that. And now they're gonna lose that, so that's a huge one for them. If they lose Gundogan, Man City is really gonna suffer next season. So
I agree because
yeah,
the way he dictates tempo as well, and he gets there's a point in goals. We saw in the FA Cup final, City were
Can you
awful
believe
in that
this?
final.
Yeah,
Awful in that final.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they didn't even need to come out of second gear. United were that average; they didn't need to come out of second gear, and they still won the game.
But saying that,
Two
it was
outrageous
see when they got that equalizer. I mean, I think United, they didn't need to, but they kind of had to be very, very wary because United gave them a good game. I think those players were ready, But but what I'm saying is, when Arsenal have now lost Xhaka, and there's gaps in that team. Are they going to be able to do what they've done this season? And I don't think they'll be able to do that. So
I agree. Xhaka is pivotal because for me, Fabio Vieira has not he hasn't risen the temperature for me.
No.
He's clearly not ready. And when you look at our midfielders, I know Smith Rowe had a good season 2 years ago. Injury set him back this season, but can he get back his confidence? We can't risk that. We can't risk that this season. We do need need crucial signing. Now, saying Smith Rowe did good 2 seasons ago.
Smith Rowe.
Obviously, with the injury he had last season, the season just gone basically. Him getting back to his confidence now, we can't risk him trying to get back into form. This going into next season, we need to have somebody who's ready.
Who's ready?
And I think for me, the most important signing for us is either Caicedo or Rice. We have to knuckle that down.
You're right. Caicedo, whoa, what a player he looks. Rice as well, But the thing is, obviously, you guys are going to be fighting people like Man U for them, Chelsea as well now. Poch knows what he's doing. He ain't going to just let Arsenal get these guys, without... Poch even tried to steal McAllister because he's Argentinian. So he thought he can just go in there and try and steal him, but, we put work. We've put a lot of work into it. So luckily, it wasn't able to sabotage that one. But, that's what he's looking to do as well. Poch looking to go in there.
That's what I like about Liverpool in the channel. They don't do all the talk and all the rumors and all the. They keep quiet. Next thing you know, they sign their man. That's it. Because that linked to United, boom, goes to Liverpool. McAllister, heavily linked to City, boom, goes to Liverpool. I like the way Liverpool move, man. See with Arsenal, bro, weeks and weeks of we're gonna sign this, we're gonna do that, we're linked to this, we're linked to that, and then we get somebody totally different. It gets quite frustrating as a fan.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's how Edu works. I don't know if they do it, but it looks bad when you're a big club and you don't get your targets, because then it just makes other players look like, well, they're not getting their targets.
Look at Mudryk as well. What happened there?
Exactly.
And Mudryk looks like an absolute beast. People are laughing at this guy, like, oh yeah, it's not my days. When this guy hits full flow, it's over. He's a real player, Once he finds his feet,
he does look good.
He looks so good. Damn it.
He's
super.
Get them tickets. Say that again.
I'm just trying to work out how good this guy is. He's just unbelievable. He's super quick, super sharp. Man, he's gonna be so dangerous, man. I think he's gonna be something else.
He does look good. Poch has a bit of a headache though with their players. I know quite a few players have to leave, but also as well, even when those players have left, you got quite a few decent talents in each position, especially at the back. Like what centre back partnership do you even play? I know Silva's good, but obviously he's coming to an end. You got what's his name? Bashwari, that young
Yeah,
young
Ibashile,
defender.
yeah.
Yeah, they got him. He looks good. They still got Chalobah. Do you get rid of Chalobah now? I don't think Chalobah's moving the
Fofana.
needle enough. Yeah, you got Fofana, who's had a poor season. Let's be honest.
Oh,
I know he was injured as well, but when he came back, he didn't really show his Leicester quality. They got Aspilicueta. That's probably time for him to move on now as well.
yeah. Reece James, Chilwell.
What's his name from Cucurella as well, who for me
Cucurella.
hasn't really lived up to the 60 million that they paid for. So yeah, man, Pot just got a little bit of tactic headache, which is a good thing. You want that, but at the same time, it can bring bad chemistry to the club atmosphere.
I think what he's going to bring is team chemistry. He's going to bring that to the club because he's one-on-one manager is very good. You know, he's got to bring that family thing to Chelsea. And that's what they're lacking because it's like all those players right now, they're all individual. They're all pulling in different directions. You know, what they're needing is someone exactly like Poch. That's why, to be really honest, Chelsea have done a really good deal of business there because I don't think nobody would have been able to do the job that Poch is going to do for those players. You know, Poch is like a really good family guy. You know, like he's just so down to earth, like family guy. You know, he's gonna invite some of those players to come and have dinner with his family. No, that's the kind of things the guy's gonna do. You know, so like they're just gonna come. You know, they're just gonna be very settled. So
yeah,
you know,
that's Chelsea, what they need.
Yeah,
that's a good word. Settling. They need settling because right now it's a bit restless.
Yeah, it is. It's chaos just now in Chelsea. So yeah, Poch will definitely do a good job there. So the question remains: is Arsenal going to achieve next season what they've achieved this season? And that's what I think.
I think it's all down to the window.
Huh?
For me, it's all down to the window we have.
Well, listen, we've definitely lost the element of surprise because let's be honest, no one was expecting that from Arsenal. But I do like to believe we are aware of that. And next season, you know, we just need to surprise them again. They know Arsenal are going to try and start the game quickly. They know Arsenal are going to try and score quickly and try and take at least a 2-0, maybe 3-0 lead into half-time. Very easy to play against. Kill the space, hit them on the counter-attack. Brighton do it to us well. Couple teams do it to us well. I just think we just need to know how to deal with it. We just need to make sure we have a plan B. The key with these teams is they've always got a plan B. Man City always have a plan B. There was once upon a time that Liverpool and Klopp, usually they had a plan B if plan A wasn't working. And I've always said that about even Arsene Wenger in his days, is if our main style isn't working, we don't know what to do. We become lost. So that I just think we just need to work on that.
The players. You think that's the players we have? Because, like, for example, we don't really have a target man where you can whip the balls into the box in the last 5-10 minutes, try and get you a goal to get a header. We have Nketiah, but again, he's hit and miss, and he will miss some of those sitters. And so will Jesus. Let's be honest. So will Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus has been fantastic, yes, but he's missed too many chances. And let's be honest, it's probably just about cost us a few more points.
I'm sorry to say,
especially in games like Brentford game, for example. And for me, like even Brentford, talking about Brentford, they got Tony, that big target. You just get on it, the flicks on he does. He beats Saliba in the air every time. I think we need that. It's a different option there. And as you mentioned, the plan B.
See, for me,
that's my point.
Tony is better than Jesus for me. Jesus is not the guy you guys need to have if you want to win leagues or Champions Leagues or whatever. He ain't the guy. You know.
Do you say that now after the injury? Because before the World Cup, a lot of people would disagree with you.
Actually, yeah, you know, that's a good point. Before pre-injury, before the injury, yeah, it looked okay. Yeah, it did look pretty good. But now, obviously, you know, yeah, that's
I agree. After the injury, I was like, come on, Jesus, like I need a bit more from you. I know he scored a couple goals when he came back, but it just wasn't our front three wasn't ticking. But you know what? I kind of put some of the responsibility on Saka and Martinelli because they weren't playing as well as they were before, and it wasn't as free flowing. That could be down to teams just having scouting and understanding how we're playing. Or again, it could be just down to be a form. But it'll be interesting to see
No,
if we're gonna
all right,
improve up front because I know we've been linked to midfielders and defenders. But
I'd say
I'd
this.
like to see
Okay,
a proper talisman.
okay. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to take this scenario for example. When you're playing the tough games, you might have 1 or 2 chances. Yeah, is Jesus that guy that's going to get you 2 goals from 2 half?
No,
You know,
no.
look at there was a time we played Arsenal maybe 2 seasons ago. It was an even game. The only difference in that game was 2 half chances that fell to Jota, and he buried them. And that was the whole
Exactly.
difference. Because Arsenal bowled us. It was like 50-50. And see, when you're playing the big games, Champions League and stuff, that's what's gonna happen. Is Jesus gonna get you 1 goal from 2 half chances? That's the question we have to ask.
That's a realistic
Unfortunately,
question as well.
no, he's not.
Get it?
I'll be blunt.
That's a good point. You don't think so, no?
He's not. I've seen him miss too many saves. He's not clinical enough in that sense.
This is the problem, though, and it's not an area that we look like we're going for. When you hear rumors of Arsenal transfers, it's mainly in the midfield. Is there a
Midfield and
striker that we're in talks with? Is there a striker we're trying to get, or are we gonna hold our faith on Jesus and Nketiah?
The issue is the market right now is very dry for proper number 9s, and that's because teams started copying Pep with the false perspective, having that kind of play. Same way now. Number 10s have pretty much been eradicated from the game. We don't really see top class cam number 10s anymore. That's how it's been with number 9s. But obviously, Liverpool signing Nunes, we thought that was going to be similar to the Haaland, but he wasn't as clinical enough. Klopp put him out wide. I understand that. But there is a lack right now in the market of proper number 9. So even just saying this now, who could we realistically sign who's going to get you 25 to 30 goals in the Prem? There's no one.
Is Jesus the top of that pile?
Arsenal.
Is Jesus the top of that pile? Because we're talking, people like, okay, Benzema, Lewandowski, Kane, Haaland, we got Jota, Chelsea's got who's Chelsea got?
Chelsea got Lukaku technically.
Yeah, Lukaku. Lukaku's good, by the way. I rate that guy, man. Once he's fit, he's very good. But once he gets the weight on, he's a totally different player. But yeah, it's these top caliber of guys that if you put a chance at the feet, he will score. I don't think he is. He's a good
I agree
playmaker.
with you. I agree with you.
He's a good
Again,
playmaker.
the false 9.
But yeah, like a good false 9 maybe. Yeah, but is he the number 9?
No, he's not. And for me, I was saying this. I want a talisman, man. I want a proper talisman.
Exactly.
Proper fox in the box. That's what we need for me.
I would have loved for Liverpool to get Kane. Put him, Salah, and any other guy, Gakpo on the right, whatever. Just put Kane in there. I don't, he can hold there, can spin him behind, whatever. He's goals. Kane, okay, guaranteed 20 goals a season. Guaranteed.
For Kane to get 30 goals in that Spurs side after the way they've performed this season is impeccable. I think it's a bigger achievement than Haaland's 36.
Huge achievement. Huge. Man, if that guy was in a good team, it's over. That's what I keep saying all the time. If Kane was in a half decent team, he's playing with mans like Højbjerg. No disrespect to Højbjerg, all right, very good guy, but he's not a creative player. He's playing with Bentancur, Lucas, and this guy's backing goals every game. How is he doing that, man?
Seriously, man. Even this season, we've seen the biggest decline in Son. I didn't think Son would decline that quickly. No. Maybe it's time for him to move on, or he can rejuvenate next season. Kulusevski didn't really live up to expectation. I know he's on loan as well. And for me, if Kane leaves, Son leaves because of the poor season, Kulusevski's loan finishes. I was saying this to my friend. What's the front three? Because Richarlison's not scoring. We clearly saw that. What is the actual front three? So Tottenham have a bit of a sticky one. I know that. In fact, let's talk about Spurs real quick. We probably spoke about Arsenal enough now. We'll delve into Spurs and Chelsea real quick. I want to ask you, Double and Fast, what you think about this new Spurs appointment, the boss, the Celtic manager who's just come in. Is he? Do you think he's the answer to the problems?
Do you know what? This Postecoglou guy is always gonna have question marks. He's always like when he first came into Celtic from Australia, those question marks. If that's what because obviously we don't know what it's gonna be like. Okay, he's done it at Celtic, but doing it, I could do it at Celtic. Okay, they've got. I mean, I'm not being rude or anything, but they've got the biggest budget in Scotland. Okay, the best players in Scotland. They've got all the best facilities, best stadium. Is it really that difficult? So we've not really seen nothing with Postecoglou at all.
Exactly.
Now he's
and
going.
Bearing in mind, Celtic is the biggest club he's managed.
Yeah, as well. They are, but it doesn't get easier than the Celtic. See, if you want to really measure how these guys are doing, if they win any European competitions, that means that they've done good. But within their own leagues, forget it. Because
Exactly.
Rangers and Celtic, they've got the biggest budgets. They can buy all the best players, the best coaches. So they win it every year. They just rotate between them. So we're not really seeing anything.
And for me as well, the Scottish League in general, the Scottish Premier League, I think it's not even. I don't think it's as strong as the Championship. I think it's a League One.
Oh,
I think it's a League One
got
league.
a good point as well, actually.
I actually think it's a League One league. So if you're rushing to sign somebody's one, you're basically rushing to sign someone who's won League One. And there's managers out there like
like right into the Premiership. Yeah,
right to the Prem. And there's managers in there like the Fiorentina manager who's just got to a European final. There's those kind of managers, those calibers, playing attractive football as well in a much harder league. And you're going for someone who wins the. Let's be honest, no disrespect to the Scottish League, but it's just a two-legged race, and Rangers fell off.
It's true.
So yeah, man, I'm me as an Arsenal fan. I'm very happy to see the appointment come into play.
It's a terrible appointment.
I spoke to a few Spurs fans, and the Spurs fans are not happy. We're being joined here by Man City fan, just come back from the parade, so he's absolutely buzzing. I want to burn that shit. What are you telling me, my bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, man?
Yeah, not bad.
This is the first time I've seen your face on the camera as well.
That's the second time, bro. First time I came on.
Is it the second? Oh yeah, true. First time you came on.
Yeah.
I need. Of course, you want to show face today, innit?
Yeah, where are United fans?
There's no United fans at the moment.
Where's Ronaldo? Let me call this guy.
Ronaldo's on about it's not working. He can't get in. But the other Matt will be coming in to represent United. Yeah, the other Matt will be coming to represent United. He's just running a bit late. Faz here. He's a Liverpool fan, and Double D. He's a Gooner as well. We was just talking about. Obviously, I know you've heard the Spurs appointment. What's his name again, Faz? I can't even say his name.
Postecoglou. Ante Postecoglou. Yeah. From Celtic.
Yeah, that thing there. I was just saying. I was quite unconvinced about him. I don't really see what he's going to be able to bring to the table. Is he a better manager than Conte? No. Does he have a different style of play? Yes. Does he have the players that can fit that style of the play in the Prem? No. So what I don't know what Levy's doing here. Kane's heavily linked to leave. Point. That's because if Kane doesn't score, no one scores. So I'm really interested to see what Spurs do. But for you, Matt, what that appointment? Do you think that was a big risk or makes sense?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, what do you think about that appointment?
I don't know what to think, man. I'm still waiting to see because don't really know much about the guy until everyone mentioned about him being linked to Spurs. I heard he's very attacking, his style of play. But you know that Spurs job, you can be in one day and out the next week. So to be seen, innit? We'll see how he plays and who brings
Went to
in.
Nuno. It's true,
Literally.
but Spurs have been quite like a defensive unit. Obviously, Mourinho, Conte, defensive managers. They play the three at the back. They tried the four at the back and they got absolutely slapped by Newcastle. I'll be surprised to see them next season playing attacking football. I think it might look a bit awkward because I don't think they have the technical players to do that. I mean, you look at the midfield. Bentancur, I think, is a good player. Højbjerg, no. Skip, I don't know. I'm not convinced by Skip yet. And Basuma, I thought he would be more of a regular, but he couldn't even get in. Does that say something about him? Is he declining, or did Conte just not believe in him? You look at their ball playing defenders. Romero, he's a bit of a hothead,
Just
bit of a hit and miss.
touch on Bissouma. When Brighton lost Bissouma, I thought, man, that's it. Brighton is done. But then they go and replace Bissouma with this other dude, the one that Arsenal's.
Oh yeah, Caicedo, yeah.
Caicedo. Brighton is just unbelievable. Where they put someone should be looking at Brighton scouting system right now and saying, you know, they got a World Cup midfielder before it was even a World Cup midfielder. That's how good these guys are. They're unbelievable.
De Zerbi deserves a lot of credit. I know what he did for me. I don't know if anyone will agree. For me, it was genius. Because listen, Graham Potter, is it Graham or Gary Potter?
Yeah, great.
Obviously,
Great.
we understand why he took the Chelsea job. But let's be honest, things were going great at Brighton. He was doing well at Brighton. You know what I mean? He took the job because of Champions League and that. And this guy came in and said, look, Potter didn't get sacked. It's not like Brighton were playing badly. So I'm going to come in. I'm just going to carry on doing what Potter did. I don't need to change nothing. You know? Why fix what's not broken? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I rate him, bro. You know, they lost Trossard, and they've lost who's this guy they've lost to Liverpool now? Can't remember his name. But I can still see them being a problem next season. I just see it because this guy just knows what he's doing. This De Zerbi manager. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right.
No, I agree with you, and I think to be honest, he's done an even better job than Potter because Potter hasn't finished this high with Brighton. Potter, although they were playing nice possession-based football, they weren't scoring that many goals. He's even got Welbeck scoring, bro.
He's added to their attributes.
Yeah. We finally got a United fan with us. Man like Matt, another Matthew. Ready to the stream now. See him, bro. I'm trying to rise him up.
Yeah.
Don't let me rise him.
Man got locked off. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, bro.
Okay, hold on. They're like I don't know if it's like a 4 max thing or something, right? There we go. He's in.
Why do you keep dropping out for?
Oh no, I removed him. Hold on. There we go.
Let me get my top.
Yo, what have I missed? What's everyone saying?
Again.
Yeah, you're very lucky. Like we've not touched on Man United yet.
Just in time.
Just in time.
Hey, man, got the shit out.
What's about?
We're talking about the good work that the Brighton manager has been doing, and also Tottenham.
Yeah, we got a little sidetracked with the Brighton manager, but we was talking about Spurs.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Again, no, it's cool. Again, his name has eluded me, but interesting to see how Spurs will do next season because they really fell off, man. Let's be honest, they balled it hard. I know Arsenal. I know we balled it, but they balled it hard. They were comfy in fourth. The United chilling. Yeah, Spurs were in the 4th, 5th chilling. How can they finish 8th? How can you finish with not even European football? How can Villa, Aston Villa, who were 15th? Aston Villa were 15th. And
did they sack Conte?
Yeah, nice.
I mean, because you know Conte got ill. You know, like, and that's the thing. Tottenham wasn't really doing too bad. They were doing pretty good. but Conte, was getting. Is it a heart attack
Yeah, they
or
started
whatever?
well.
Yeah, they were doing all right. They were doing pretty good. If Conte
Yeah, but-
stayed on fully fit,
They had their
Tottenham
best
might-
ever start in Spurs history.
yeah, wow, they went for it.
It tells you everything, man. But
yeah,
enough about
but-
Spurs. If you talk about Spurs too much, you'll start feeling depressed. I'm
Hmm.
gonna move quickly. I wanna now that the United fan has joined, I wanna touch Matthew. What are you telling my brother? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Sup, Matthew?
It's nice to
Sure.
see you without a hat on, bro.
What's the follow up?
Can I ask a question?
It's nice. What's that?
Just to spice it up, who's had a better season, Arsenal or Man United?
Arsenal. Who else? Arsenal have had a better season. Oh, you mean overall? Why? Because Man United are in the FA Cup final. If they won the FA Cup, then I suppose you could say Man
They
United.
won the Carabao Cup.
Was it the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, no, they've won that.
If they won the FA Cup, then they wouldn't. If they had won the FA Cup, then clearly yes, United. But for me, I think a title race is better than winning a Carabao Cup.
I don't know.
Okay. Can I answer the question?
Oh
Sure.
my day. Your goodness.
Can I speak?
Yeah, bro, of course.
Okay, so both football teams at the beginning of the season entered into how many competitions? Arsenal were in the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and Europa League. United were in the Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Europa League. We won 1, Arsenal won 0. We both ended up getting Champions League football. We had the better season.
I agree,
Hey, Millie, I see that comment from Millie as well, bro. Don't type, bro. Come and join the debate, bro. Come show your face, bro.
You know what?
Oh, man.
They've won a cup. Okay, the race. Thank you, Arsenal, for giving us a good race. For making it exciting. But Man U won something. Arsenal did it.
Are we not forgetting? Are we not forgetting that this United team beat 3 Championship teams, had Forest in the 2-leg, and then beat the Gulf Newcastle side in the final, win the worst cup, to win the worst cup possible. For some reason, we're giving them flowers for this. For beating Burnley. For beating Burnley and Charlton. No. For beating Burnley and Charlton, we're giving United flowers. You beat no one in the top 6. As soon as you play the top 6 team,
rivals winning the treble as well.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Okay.
Can I ask a
Bearing
question?
in mind, you United fans twerking for City to win the league.
Innit?
Get out, bro. Man are down bad. You man are down bad. You're working for your rivals to win the league. That could never be me, bro.
No,
Could never be
well,
me.
they're doing
bro.
that. I never saw no man.
Yeah, ask your questions now, Matthew. Go on. Say what you're...
So let me ask a question. So when you win a trophy, does the trophy say the teams that you beat to win it on it?
Oh my day.
No one cares, bro. No one cares.
That's true,
All that matters is that you've got the trophy in the cabinet, bro. That's
Yep.
all.
Damn, that's a hard pill to swallow. Man U got this. Man U, yeah, they got a cup.
Okay, wait.
Doesn't matter what it
First,
is.
would you say now then we're better season than United?
Who had a better season?
Would you say West Ham had a better season than Man United?
Whoa, West Ham had the what a season!
It's a good question, man.
It's not a good question.
Why is it not a good question?
It's a horrible question.
It's a very good question.
Why is it not a good question, bro?
What is that horrible?
The reason why it's not a good question, and the reason why the Arsenal Man United one is more of a practical question is the fact that Arsenal and Man United were in every single competition together, so therefore the comparison is more balanced. West Ham were in the 3rd tier competition of Europe,
same. Wait. So you're telling me? Sorry, you're
I
telling
thought
me
it didn't matter what trophy it was,
the
though.
season than Arsenal and Man United. Oh, oh, no way.
Well, no, I'm sorry. If Man U had a better season than Arsenal, then West Ham have had a better season than Arsenal and Man United.
Of
But
course.
remember,
Of course.
remember, my point about Arsenal having a better season wasn't just the fact that we won a trophy and they didn't. It's also the fact that we both got Champions League football. Our Champions League football already trumps whatever West Ham was able to win with the
Nah,
European
bro.
Conference League.
No, we're talking about because when we're talking about better season, what are the parameters? Now, if a team like West Ham wins European competition, to them, or really in football terms, that is huge for West Ham. That is huge. So what's the parameters of defining a better season? Is it just top four? Is it because at the end of the day,
It sounds like it's just winning a trophy. Doesn't matter if you finish second, third, or fourth. It sounds like, bro, we got teams finishing 18th, 2 places from bottom, and having relegation playoffs. So these positions, surely they must matter. Second place is going to get, more money than whoever finishes third? Third is going to get more money than whoever finishes fourth? Or am I missing the point? Surely that's got to count for something.
No. But if we didn't finish in the top 4, then there's no way I would sit here and say that we had a better season than Arsenal. even with the Carabao Cup.
Oh, you guys have thrown this with that West Ham thing. You've thrown this whole thing. I don't even know how to answer this anymore with this West Ham one because it's a huge achievement.
I was just curious.
Yo, Millie, I thought Millie was going to bed, bro. This guy. Sorry, it's the guy commenting, just giving me jokes, bro. Oh man,
yeah. Talk about United. I hear the argument. Carabao Cup third, the Champions League second. But I feel like just because of how the season went, because at one point United were in the title. United were in the title for
they were
2.5 days, and then they crashed out. They were in it for
they were saying it would
City for 2 days. They were
saying it might be a 3-horse race. I remember that.
This happens if that happens. Exactly. I remember some United fans saying, "Oh, if we beat Arsenal and they lose,
let's take it. Let's take it from a champion's point of view. Is it this treble winner? Who would you say about the better season? Like, who does Man City people think about the better season out of Arsenal and United?
So on one hand, you can say winning a trophy makes it a better season. So I can see United fans' point of saying they're in Champions League, they won a trophy, but then you can say, well, West Ham had a good season as well because they won a trophy, 43 years of not winning a trophy, and that's huge for them. That's a very successful season despite Prem not working for them. Whereas Arsenal, they had a great season, a fantastic season overall. Obviously, they didn't get over the line, but overall the season as a body of work, you'd probably say that Arsenal had a better season due to the fact that of performances, the way they played, they came back, when they performed. Obviously, the last 8 games, I mean, you lot bottled it, let's not lie. But so I'm on the fence because I'm like, yeah, United won something and got Champions League. Arsenal had a great season, weren't expected to finish second or even finish the top 4, but got there. So you got either or, potato to potato, whichever you want to choose.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a mixed one. If you ask me,
Matt's a politician, bro. Matt, you're a politician. I need a clear answer, bro.
I say he's a politician. Oh, funny.
To be honest, I think out of Arsenal and United, I think West Ham had a better season. But That's probably because I don't like Arsenal fans. Well, I like Arsenal as a club. The fans are annoying. United fans, just hate you guys
Oh my days, man. Oh my days.
Go over the top with certain things and thinking, bro.
All right, so who would you say though? So who would you say? Arsenal, Man U. If you had to choose, who had the better season?
I'd say Arsenal just due to the fact, like, yeah, Arsenal. I have to say Arsenal still.
So the Carabao Cup doesn't count. Well,
No,
that's the opinion. It's a very good point. Yeah, they did have a very good season as well. So
you know what? You know why I wouldn't say United? Because obviously, yeah, Carabao Cup, congratulations, that's great. Like, I would never diminish that because we won like four in a row. But to not be able to stop your rivals in a Manchester derby, first finals of the FA Cup, to stop you lot from doing something you lot historically done, it kind of taints your season a little bit. Yeah, you got Champions League. Yeah, you got the Carabao Cup. the fact
but
that
they could not stop the treble.
You could stop the treble. That is,
I get
like,
that.
That's gonna last you forever.
You handed them the treble, Man United. Goodness, what happened to you guys?
In 12 seconds.
Can I ask a question?
Go on.
I said in 12 seconds.
So, if we handed City the treble, then please tell me, what did Arsenal do?
Arsenal burnt out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arsenal gave City a good run for the money.
don't get twisted. Arsenal still bottled it. Like, how many days were the league? 240 something, 8 days at the top of the league, and still lost.
Yeah,
like
Arsenal warmed the top spot for quite long.
and you lot lost it in like the last 10 days. Last month. Arsenal still should get ridiculed.
Listen.
Yo, what's the guy? Like,
we're talking about United. We're talking about United.
No. But what's the last guy on AFTV that had the thing at Christmas saying?
The troops.
Nah, he's a young guy.
Cecil, innit? Cecil.
Yeah, he got grilled when we won. He got grilled.
Yeah, that was an epic one, though.
Obviously,
you can't take those AFTV guys seriously, man. Those guys are there for quick fix, like, man. They're all busting crocodile tears and come on, man. They're mocking, bro. Those AFTV guys are mocking.
Realistically, if you're first, if you're first all season, you're gonna speak the most. I don't understand. Why am I gonna be first and keep quiet?
That's true.
If I'm on top since August, since day one, if I'm on top since day one of the league, why am I not going to speak? Why am I not going to get gassed? If this was any other club, they would be screaming, bro. They'll be screaming. If Spurs were on top, Liverpool fans were screaming. Stop that. Stop that. Liverpool fans would not stop talking.
Screaming when they were.
We didn't say anything all season. Liverpool fans.
Nah, you know what? When we started, honestly. No, you know what?
All season.
When we was top, when we started the way we started, I don't care what anyone says. I was humble. I'm not gonna pretend that there wasn't a part of me that was gassed, but I always knew, and I said it in some of the group chats, fans, that Arsenal have it in them to capitulate. So I would never rule it out, despite how well we were playing. Even when we went 5 points clear and 8 points clear. Yes, there's a point where I said we can actually win this, but I did not rule out the possibility of us just capitulating, you know? And ever since the Anfield game, that's when it started.
Do you know what was really crazy about the whole Arsenal thing and the fans? It's like the fans, they didn't really believe all season. And when they finally started believing, that's when the team just folded. Yeah.
Let me ask a question.
But I said to Matt, in the previous podcast, I said when they asked me, are Arsenal going to win the league? I said no, City will. And these man can vouch for me because they man asked me, bro. And I said City will win this league. Matt knows, bro, because I knew the pressure would get to us. And why? Why did I know? Because of last season. Last season lived in my memory, bro, when we have secured and we didn't even have to win difficult games and we fumbled it. So I knew.
Let me
But
ask
why
this.
does Arsenal do that?
And yes, we were 8 points ahead, but 1 game in hand.
Because listen, see with Arsenal, when it's in their, so say if the odds are stacked against them, they can just pull out all the miracles and everything. But when now they've got in the hands of, they've just got the easy bit to do. They just crumble. I just don't get that. They've played Liverpool, they played City, all these good teams, and they beat, whatever, Man City, just the final straight, they've got Southampton and stuff. And
hold on, fast. They didn't beat City. They played them 3 and lost 3. They're 0-3 against City this season, my guy.
Yeah, all right, bro.
Yeah.
See the way you said that, bro.
You slipped on your oil, innit?
Man even put the 3 sign up,
We
you know.
slipped on your oil, innit?
it's free, lost free, boy.
Hey,
You might had oil.
Hey, calm down, bro. It's not how much money you have. It's how you spend it, bro. Look at Chelsea this season.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Yeah, but that Chelsea owner, I don't know. He doesn't have. I don't know. That guy doesn't know what he's doing, man. Guys seems a bit clueless. The Chelsea owner.
He's
For
not
me,
in
it's
charge
just
of
another.
anymore. Bowley's not in charge of transfers anymore. So we'll see a change. He's just funding, but he's not in charge. Before he was saying who he wants to sign, but they've said, "Yo, you need to relax." So he's actually not in charge of who they sign, which I think is important. And Poch won't allow Bowley just to come and sign anyone who's got a high link to them, because that's what they'll do.
Let me ask a quick question before I go, though. Going back to the debate who had a better season, in terms of history, what will history say? Like, say in 10 years, who will say they had a better season, Arsenal or United?
United.
History will say United.
Cup in it. You got multi trophy cup in it. So, United, unfortunately. All like here right now, you say Arsenal great season, but if you look into like history, it's going to be United.
I hear that. Sorry. In fact, Matt, before you go, we'll chop up City real quick.
Go on.
Of course, finally winning the treble. I was talking to you about Pep earlier. I know his contract finishes in 2025 and he doesn't want to extend it. For you, though, do you feel like he's done everything he needs to do now and the show's done, or do you think there's more to see?
I think he's achieved everything he set out to achieve, but we're not going to say it's done because people who are obsessed with winning want to win more and more. Like, great, he's done the treble twice in 2 leagues. Now it's more about some more winning. Those guys, obviously, they're drunk right now out in Manchester, literally popping champagnes everywhere they go and jump on Twitter and see Jack Grealish looking like a mess right now. Well deserving, like he did.
That's probably the longest Grealish has ever had to stay sober for in his whole life.
So,
That's me.
Matt, Man City fan, do you not think that it's taken Guardiola this long to win the Champions League? Do you not think he wants to defend it now, or he just wants to move on?
1,000%. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the job's done. I think okay, cool. Let's go again. Let's go back. Maybe not do the treble, but let's go back to back Champions League winner. Because if you look at the seasons prior, related to Champions League in itself, like it's a knockout tournament. Anything can happen. Every year, people said City the best team. And we put in excellent performances and still lose. Look at last season against Real Madrid. Like we controlled that game for 90 minutes, and then that 10 minutes of we just capitulated like Arsenal. And sorry, I had to take one shot. I have to.
Whoa!
But like we capitulated and lost. What in the finals in 2021? Yeah, against Chelsea, we dominated the possession but still lost. This final,
that was the year I thought you lot were gonna win it against Chelsea. Exactly. I was convinced that was City's game.
I was confident. I was like, yeah, we're gonna win this. Like,
couldn't believe Chelsea won that game.
This Champions League final, I was not confident because Inter Milan are like the worst possible matchup against us. As it proved, we played terrible and we won. So Champions League,
they could have won. Let's be honest. Milan could have won. Let's be honest.
They could have won, but with Champions League, across the season, across the campaign, we did really well. We conceded like 5 goals, and didn't
Yeah,
lose a single
you
match.
did very well. You beat
But
Munich, you
in
beat Madrid
finals,
comfortably as well.
yeah,
Mm,
that 4-0 one was
mm.
ridiculous. I don't know how that happened, but anyways, but like with Champions League, it's so hard. Like one of my boys, Shem, always said, like it actually comes down to luck. It could be the best team and still lose. Like look what Liverpool did back at Istanbul in 2005. And who did Mourinho win with? Was it Porto or Inter Milan?
Yeah, with Porto, yeah.
Porto and
Yeah, like
yeah, just
I don't
Porto.
think they were the best. I'm sure they weren't the best team that
No,
season. So like,
just in Portugal, yeah. But to win the Champions League with them,
like
You need to
just
look. I think Champions League, as you said, knockout football, having luck is actually more important than playing good.
yeah, bro. Like there's games where we've dominated and just, yeah, honestly.
'Cause
So
let's be real, yeah. If Lukaku wasn't shooting like prime Fred, yeah, he would have went back. Milan would have been winners, bro. So I hear it.
yeah,
I hear it. I
but
actually like Pep. I wanted to see Pep win the treble. I didn't want to see City win the treble, but I wanted to see Pep win the treble
I
because
mean, he
I
did it
think
before. He did it with Barca.
yeah, he did with Barca, but I think Pep doesn't get the credit he deserves because he's always done it with top clubs. But if you're at the top, why are you gonna go
Go
to
to
a
the lower.
smaller club? I never understand this logic of he
Yeah,
needs to
yeah.
prove
That's
himself.
what
da,
you
da, da, da.
can't do with Southampton. But I'm like, if you're
Doesn't
on
make
the
sense.
form, why would you go down?
Messi's not gonna go play for Everton because he wants to give himself a challenge. But when it's Pep, it's like, Pep needs to prove himself. I never get that narrative, and that's why I wanted to see Pep win a treble, but I didn't want to see.
I think he has proved
No,
himself.
man.
I think he has proved himself because the treble team he did it with him was in Barcelona, right, in Spain.
Yeah.
And you know, La Liga's all about attacking football. In the Premier League, he had to adapt, mate, because he's all about attacking football. But over the years, you see, it's very rare you see Man City win a game 1-0. But they've been doing that, you know, because they've had to attack. They've had to adapt. Remember when Pep said he doesn't really care about defending? Does anyone remember when he said that?
Nah.
Defending is not his priority. And then all of a sudden, teams were exposing that. Of course, he had to make sure his defense was up to scratch. You know,
Yeah.
he did that, and he's won a treble from that as well. Not just defending. Of course, the attacking is key, but in Spain, the attacking was so clinical.
Yeah.
The defensive weaknesses, you probably wouldn't even notice it. In the Premier League, and that's why I got to respect it, because the Premier League will bring out the best in a manager and the worst in a manager. And for me, it's brought out both in Pep. You know, he's had bad times.
Why he won the league? Because he finally, for me, he started playing defensive players in those fullback positions. Because I know with Cancelo, he was adding to the attack, but Cancelo couldn't really defend, and he was leaving himself exposed a lot. And even in that Newcastle game when Newcastle played City in that 3-3, you saw it when they had that space down the wings. As soon as he started playing Ake, it was different, bro.
Could you imagine Pep doing that in La Liga? Could you imagine Pep doing that in La Liga when he was with Barcelona? That's my point. And I believe Premier League is what brought that out of him. So you got to respect the Premier League in that sense. It's man.
Like with his City team, overall solid. Like in terms of attacking, what was it? 18-19 probably better attacking team. 19-20 whenever we did this 100 points, like attacking wise, sick. But our defenders were shocking. We had Otamendi as a centre back. Like, I don't hate players, but I was glad to see him go. I'm not gonna lie to you, like he was a liability in the Prem. But like you mentioned, we play with like 4 centre backs, and John Stone. I'm not even gonna lie. He could have won the season. I'm not gonna lie. In my eyes, Rodri
turns into prime Maldini, bro.
The way he's transformed Stones, and ways not even just transformed, but Stones has adapted to it as well. Playing in the middle of the park, it's different.
You have to respect that. You have to respect that, even though it's already a big team. You have to respect that because Pep is the one who's done that,
bro. Stones has basically pushed Laporte out of the club, bro. Laporte's gonna leave. He's probably going to like Tottenham or Aston Villa. I think he's been linked with. Like
he's done out here. Then, bro.
You know what? Since day I've told people, listen, Stones is the best English centre back. He's clear. He's actually clear, and I think he's easily top 2 in the Prem right now.
Yeah,
100.
Because Van Dijk slipped.
But with going back to your original question about Pep and his contract, like I said to you before, yeah, he's out of contract by 2025. Obviously, he's basically saying he's going to stay to that end of that contract. He might sign a new one for like an extra year or two. I don't know, or he might leave. But I City want to keep him. But if he wants to leave, they'll respect his wishes. So we'll see it in 2025 when that happens. But I'll be thankful.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
If he leaves, I'll be like, yo, shake your hand. 9 years at a club, we've never done that before. Like in rainy Manchester, bro. We stay here for 9 years as a manager. So that we really love this place. Like, it's for him who goes to the club pitch back for when he needs to. I respect it still. But next season will be interesting because my boys Liverpool fans saying that, yeah, you man gonna drop off next season like we did. I'm like, you man, we're playing on four different trophies, and the style of play is just completely different to City's. Like it's literally all out or nothing. But
See, you're not
we'll
gonna
see.
let's be honest.
We're not going to do trouble.
Let's be
Well, if we do trouble, then I'm not lying. No football person can talk to me again. I don't care. But
No, but if you win, if you win the league next season, you'll be the first team to win it 4 times in a row.
yeah, I think as long as I win, if we can win the league and win the Champions League again, I don't care about anything else. Like, I'll be glad. Or even get to another finals, I'll be all right. But yeah, Prem is probably the main priority to do it 4 in a row. But we'll see in it. We'll see how.
Yeah,
how
that's
how
the next accolade. Because as soon as you do that, then you now have something over United. Because at the moment, you're kind of tied with United with the treble. But as soon as you do
Yeah,
4 in a row,
that's repeat
you now
as
have
well,
something over them.
Yeah.
But we're getting to that. We're getting to that time, people, where we're gonna do the team of the season, and we're gonna leave it there. I don't know if you got time. I know you said you need to dip, Matt.
No, I'll do. I think I'm doing
If
it.
not, me and Endable. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna start off in goal. 3 of us. And we'll see. I'll start, and then you guys win your 2. So keeper of the season for me, I'm gonna go with Pope. Newcastle. I'm gonna go with Pope. I think he's had an excellent season for Newcastle. I think he's been pivotal in them getting top 4. He's been very consistent as well. I think he made one mistake, and that was when he got sent off for that handball. I don't think he's made any other mistakes. And yeah, I think he's been great. And you know what? Yeah, if De Gea didn't make so many mistakes, he would have been clear goalkeeper of the season. But he's just made too many errors, well too many errors. Allison was up there for me, but I'm gonna give it to Pope. What about you, Matt? And then we'll go double.
I'm gonna say Ramsdale. You know,
First.
the reason being, like some of the games, especially like say from February to the end of the season, he saved me, man, so many times. Like some of the saves he was making, I'm thinking he should not be getting to that ball at all. Yeah, I'll go Ramsdale. Pope, obviously, good choice. Allison. Yeah, I'm sticking with Ramsdale, to be fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, double is down to you, bro. What are you saying?
I want to say Ramsdale because of my Arsenal. I don't want to be biased, but I'm going to give it to Pope because I know Ramsdale made some serious saves for us and saved us a lot of points. But there was certain goals, without trying to sound harsh, that I just felt could have done better with. Like against Man City, the opening goal against Man City. Like, no disrespect. Like that he should have saved that. I'm not trying to blame that game on him. That day was just a day to forget for Arsenal. But yeah, Pope has got it over Ramsdale. I still rate Ramsdale as a keeper though. Brilliant 100%. Goalkeeper. And I believe he will get better.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say Ramsdale as well, but the Southampton game, the City game, too many little
costly errors, under pressure as well. But they'll learn from that.
Even the Brentford game when you tried to block the cutback and you're jumping out like this is some of those moments, and it's kind of we'll move on. So we'll set up as a 4-3-3 just for it to be simple. We'll do right back. So for me, right back of the year, I'm gonna have to give it to Trippier. I think Trippier's had a great season, man. He's got quite a few assists. He's been a leader vocally, solid at the back. Yeah, man, I think he's been a great signing for Newcastle, and I thought it was a poor signing. When I saw them signing Trippier, I was like, really? Well, he's proved me wrong. I think he's had a fantastic year, and yeah, I gotta give right back to Trippier. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, Trippier. I'll give it Trippier. To be fair, he's done. Yeah. Same reason. To be fair.
First. I was thinking Ben White, but he kind of burned out the last 3-4 months. Kind of dropped form. If he
I think-
continued, it would have been Ben White clear, but he kind of dropped off the ball a bit.
Mm.
Since that United game, actually, since the game we beat United, since that game when he was a bit off it, he's been out of form. Double, you're on mute, bro.
Sorry, man, I didn't even realize. My bad. But yeah, as you mentioned about Ben White, Rashford was a problem for him that day. Against that was Man United, right? I remember it was 3-2. 3-2, yeah. Rashford was a problem for him. But overall, why I'm gonna give it to Ben White is because, before that he was partners with Gabriel in the centre. Arteta brought in on Saliba and moved Ben White to right back. I don't know if Ben White played right back in his other clubs in the past, but I just like the way he adapted and owned that position, with the decoy.
He played right in a free at the back. He played right centre back, but he hasn't played out and out right back before.
Right back before. So I just like the way he adapted and made that spot his. So that's why I'm going to give it to Ben White. But 2-1. 2 say Trippier, 1 say Ben White. Trippier wins, man.
Yeah, Newcastle winning at the moment. We've got Pope and Trippier. All right, so centre back, right centre back for me. Even though his injury showed me how critical it was, I'm gonna have to give it to Saliba because it was first year in the Prem. He's young, and he made one mistake. That was that own goal against Leicester. It didn't cost us as well, so it didn't really come out. And I think he's been a rock, man. He's helped us so much, and because he's been so defensively solid and reliable, we're more comfortable in attack because you don't have to worry about defense. Before, when we have man them like Mustafi and Socrates and these man, you can't really attack in confidence because you're worrying about what these men are gonna do. They can't build from the back and they make silly mistakes or they cost us so many times. Bro, Mustafi, man, I have PTSD of that guy, man. So I'm gonna have to give it to Saliba, man. What about you,
man?
I put Saliba in centre back, but on the left because I just think you can't not include John Stones in the team of the season. But again, I don't know where would you put him in the middle of the park, would you put him in centre back? But yeah, Stones because again, man, like where he transformed in the second half of the season is something else. Like, don't know, Saliba's still in there. Like, I'm not can't sleep out, but Stones, yeah, has to be in there. So for me, anyway.
Yeah, this is definitely. This is definitely sounding biased, man, but it's Saliba for me. Like, bro, the injury said it all for me, man. It said it all for me. Like, that was the point Arsenal dipped. You know what I'm saying? So, Saliba, no disrespect to Stones. Like you said, Saliba's second. In my one, it will be Saliba and then Stones, is the second choice in that department. But after Saliba, definitely Jones. But for me, I'm going for Saliba.
First.
Should we add fast to this one?
Obviously, fast. We're just doing a team of the season. We've done Pope in goal, won it. Right back. Who did we say again? Was it Trippier?
Trippier.
Yeah, Trippier won it in right back. We're just giving right centre back to Spur. If you could just give us your quick goalkeeper, right back, and centre back of the season.
For centre back, I want to include Newcastle players in there. I want to include Saliba, even though it was missing for the crucial part of Arsenal's season. And you could say that he's the one that ultimately, he's the one player that could have made that difference. It's not his fault he wasn't fit, of course, but that's part of being a champion. You've got to be there when the team needs as well. Botman in Newcastle, I think I can't give it all to Konate's got a shout as well. He's been solid. Konate's been doing 3 guys' work for Liverpool. He's been doing VVD's work, Trent's work, and his own work as well. Oh man, top 3: Diaz, Stones, and just for what Newcastle have done, you know, you have to include Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
that's
cool.
my
What about
top
right
three.
back for you?
Right back. Wow.
We agreed Trippier. So
I want to say White because he's just been so good.
White
Walker,
came in second still.
yeah, Walker as well. It's been tremendous all season. Yeah, I think Bissaka and Dallo, maybe top 5. You know, Dallo especially, he's done really, really well. Trippier. Yeah, Trippier's been solid, hasn't he? Yeah, I'll go with
yeah.
Trippier, White, and Walker. Yeah, that's
I
my
hear that.
top
And
3.
goalkeeper as well. We chose Pope. In me and Double said Pope. Matt said Ramsdale. I would have said Ramsdale, but just a few mistakes that he made for me kind of cost us a bit, especially the Southampton game. So I gave it to Pope because I think he's just been very consistent. But if you had to pick your goalkeeper this CB,
Just in terms of, I mean, you know,
Alisson as well.
because obviously Liverpool's not done nothing this season, but Alisson has been tremendous. He's been unbelievable all
Yeah,
season.
Alisson's been real good.
Yeah, Alisson's been unbelievable. Edison's been really, really consistent all throughout, made no mistakes. You know, he's made no mistakes in that team. You know, it's got to go with, you know, because even Ramsdale's been really good, but he made a few mistakes during the season. You know, Edison's made none. Pope's been really, really good as well. So, yeah, it's definitely between Pope and Edison. And, yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it? Do we go with the treble winners?
It is tough.
Or do we go with another outstanding performance who's got top 4? So, yeah, I'll go, if I had to choose, Edison, sorry. Pope second.
Edison.
Pope second. Then Ramsdale.
Oh, that's cool. So Pope got 2 votes. So Pope is in. So at the moment, we've got Pope, Trippier, and in that right centre back, Saliba, because Saliba got 2. So then left centre back, for me, I'm gonna give it to Martinez from United. I think he's absolutely changed them in the way that teams look at United. Because let's be real, Maguire was clearly the weak link there, and I think without Martinez in, they would have conceded. And for his height as well, and he's coming to the most physical league in the world. I think he's done a real good job. So I'm gonna give it to Martinez. Matt, what do you think, bro? And then we'll go double with him fast.
You know 2 centre backs, by the way.
So Saliba won the right centre back because he goes.
And he's over centre back.
No, that's who we're choosing now.
That's who we're choosing right now.
Oh, right. Oh, for me, it was Saliba.
So yeah, we're
right?
left centre back now. I said Martinez, isn't it?
Okay, well, my two are literally Stones and Saliba. So whichever you want to put them, I don't really care. For me, anyway.
Stones, yeah, he said Stones. That's cool. Yeah. All right, then that's you. So Martinez has got 1 vote. Stones has got 1 vote. So double and fast. You might have decided.
The Stones for me. Stones next to Saliba. That would be a brick
Stones,
wall, man.
okay.
Well, I would have put Stones, right centre back,
Fast.
and Martinez would have been my left centre back. But obviously, yes, but Martinez has to take that left centre back here. So him and Saliba, yeah, I guess.
Tie still.
Yeah.
Is it a tie?
It's a tie. At the moment, we've got Stones and Martinez in the tie. So it's fair enough. We'll put half and half on them. We'll move over to left back. For me,
I would put Diaz there over Saliba, but I'm trying to beat him, and I want to beat everyone be City. So, and Saliba has had a really good season. Like he's been solid. So, I think that man is you can even
I
mention
think
the
for me,
guy from
because it was Saliba's first ever season, because Saliba's 23 and it's his first ever season in the Prem. That's why I get. Yes, you know what to expect. He's won the season before. So for me to give it him, would have to do the absolute mad thing because I just kind of expect him to be that now all the time. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
But for left back, I don't really think there was any amazing left backs this season. I'll be honest, but I think the only reason City won this league is because of Nathan Ake. I'm gonna give it to Ake.
Okay, didn't mean to ask me that one.
Yeah, Ake. So that's two
Nathan
for Ake.
Ake.
Double what you said.
Oh, Ake, man, definitely.
And then
That
five.
position, he held it. I wanted to say Zinchenko, but he had moments in left back. It wasn't really his greatest. He's been a great left back for us, though. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, Ake.
Yeah.
I think Ake played really, really good.
Right.
Robertson, I think he played really good as well. Yeah, but and the thing is, Akanji played on the left as well, and every time he's played there, he's looked so good on the left.
He's played the entire back four at some point in the season.
Yeah, Kanji's been everywhere.
Versatile, boy.
The only one mistake I think this season was on Saturday when he let that ball go by, and that's a major mistake this season. But barring that, he's been solid.
Yes. He's been unbelievable. What a signing for Man City.
15 mil.
Angie.
Crazy.
Yeah, but Ake, I think you're right. Yeah, Ake is probably good.
Clean sweep, 4 votes.
All right.
Midfield.
Yeah, Ake's winning it. Sweepstake. We're doing a 4-3 formation. So what we'll do like a defensive mid, and then so we'll just do whether they're attacking or defending doesn't matter. We'll just put 3 centre mids in there. For me, one of the centre mids I put in there is again I have to give it to Rodri. I think Rodri has been incredible, man. Rodri, this guy is so persistent, man. He's just impeccable, bro. Yeah, he's been such a that Man City spine with Rodri in it, bro. It's mad. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Rodri, one of the midfielders. What about you, Matt?
Same Rodri. Shadow of doubt.
A place in there. Still, absolute still. He's a fouler.
Yeah. What about you?
Nasty. He's pretty on the ball, whatever. Intelligent, man. He's got everything.
Who's this?
He's got a goal as well.
Yeah.
Rodri. Yeah, that's another key. He scores goals as well, man.
And he scores
very, very, very rare. Well, it's not rare for a DM, but it's uncommon. So it's Rodri for me as one of them. We're talking 3 central midfielders, right?
No, it could be attacking as well.
Yeah. They can be attacking or defending. It doesn't matter. Just 3 midfielders in there. So we've all agreed Rodri, one of the 3. That's cool. Second one for me, I'm gonna have to give it to my boy Ødegaard, man. I think his numbers have proven. I know he went missing in a couple of key games, but 50 assists, his link up with Saka and Jesus, and he's just so many games. He's just took it by storm. I remember the Spurs game, we needed the goal. He just dribbled past a couple of man, licked it from 25 yards. Like we've been missing that goals from midfield for Arsenal. We've been missing that heavily. So I gotta give it to my boy Ødegaard. What about you, Matt?
Wait, just 15 assists all season in all fronts.
15 goals, 7 assists in the league.
All right. Yeah, no, Ødegaard. I will say Ødegaard. To just the fact like this season, what he's done, like goal wise, pretty decent. Like he said, he has gone missing a little bit in certain games. I think it was. I know it was one game at the end of the season, like he was not like a no-show whatsoever. I think it was a big team.
Nottingham Forest, I think.
Yeah, so he literally was nowhere to be seen, which is not good. But again, burnout. I'll give it to him. Like, you know what, first season you fighting for trouble, you fighting for a league title against City. But yeah, Odegaard, yeah, man, can't go wrong without this choice.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Odegaard as well because I had my moments where I was questioning him, but obviously it's the way Arteta brings these players into his first team. Once he cemented his spot in the team, you could see what this guy was capable of. And yes, he did go missing towards the end, but I feel like most of the team went missing towards the end. We wasn't at our best. And I know sometimes in situations like that, you need one player who can come and just lift up the rest of the team. I think he will get there eventually. He is the captain for a reason. And I do believe he'll get better next season. So I'm giving it to Odegaard.
Yeah, I can't give it to Odegaard because, you know, the crucial part of the season, he went missing. So, you know, and the thing is, McAllister's been consistent all season. Caicedo, consistent all season. Casemiro, absolute rock all season. You know, can we give it all? You know, can we fill out all the spots with City players?
Can you
obviously-
say Casemiro's? Can you say Casemiro's been?
Casemiro.
I'd strongly disagree.
Casemiro.
A few games
Seriously?
he gives the ball away so much. Red cards. I don't think he's.
Yeah, I was
that
about
great.
to say
He's
the
been
red
solid.
cards. Like,
For you to
The
say
reason
Casemiro's had
why
the best season of Odegaard
had a good
is a reach.
season
I think.
is because of Casemiro. That's the reason.
yeah, he's part of the reason that he's part of what's made Man United better defensively. I just think with the amount of red cards he got and
seen that Man
giving the
United.
ball away.
Now, bro, I've not seen nobody been able to protect that midfield since Roy Keane left. And this guy, everyone thought, oh yeah, he's coming for a holiday, he's coming for a payday. He's managed to fill that gap, the big gap in that Man United midfield. I mean, it's easy enough to say, oh yeah, you know, he's done it now, but no one's been able to do it. They've had untold midfielders, none of them's been able to do it for Man United. Not Pogba, not Tomine, not Fred, and all these guys that they've brought. Casemiro has managed to do it. You know, he's that good. It was, and you know, who's had a better season, Arsenal or Man United? If you ask me, I think Man United have, and Casemiro has been one of the main reasons why they've had such a good season. You know, he's been that good. He's really been that good.
Are you giving it to him? Is that your second midfielder?
Yeah, midfield's been really stacked this season. They've done really good. Yeah, I'd have to put. Yeah, for me, it's been Casemiro, but obviously, you know, Odegaard's been awesome. But you see, when the team really needs it, where's the guy? You know, he got sussed out near the end, and you know, like just never had that extra gear. You know, like to bring it home. So I have to be a bit harsh. And you know, Casemiro was there. You know, scoring goals when it mattered most. You know, and he just drag his team through. So for me, yeah, you know, it's a tough one, of course, but I'll give it to Casemiro.
All right, that's cool. All right, then last midfielder then, at the three again, as I said, can be attacking or defensive. You are right, Faz. I think midfielders have done very well this season. It's quite tough. There's a few shots in there. Like I was just about to say, you got your Guimaraes there. Kevin, I think he's still had a good season. Let's be honest. Got 15 assists as well. It's tough, man. It's tough.
15
De Bruyne got 15 assists, didn't he? In the league.
It's amazing.
16.
In the league, I'm sure he got 15.
I'm talking about 6. I've literally got it right on my phone right now. 16 assists, bro.
Wow.
It's a glitch. No, I'm joking. It's a tough one, you know. You're right, it's a tough one.
It's De Bruyne.
Because of the top four, I'm gonna give it to Guimaraes because he got top four. Because De Bruyne does that year in, year out. I'm gonna give it to Bruno because I think he was pivotal for Newcastle.
Yeah, I'll give it to Bruno as well.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Which Bruno?
Matt, sorry, it's Matt.
Guimaraes.
Gomes.
Oh,
for Newcastle.
okay, let's say definitely with Bruno Fernandes.
No, not Fernando.
This
De
is
Bruyne
where
is De Bruyne is close. Like it was heads
Yeah,
or
so-
tails, Bruno or De Bruyne.
I'm going to be very hypocritical in what I'm going to be saying in this pick and in my next pick before we go on to the top three. I'm going to get De Bruyne for this one. 16 assists in just one comp and one in the league, and he's not had a great season, but some of those assists that he's had, like if you look at City, especially at the start of the season when Haaland was like so playing with City and City were getting used to Haaland, no one was finding him on the runs. No one was looking for him apart from De Bruyne and maybe Foden times when he was on job. So that's why I get. And without De Bruyne, I don't think Haaland's going to get the majority of those goals he's had.
That's true.
So if I'm going with De Bruyne, but there's so many options you could choose. You could
Yeah.
talk about the end of the season when Gundogan became prime Zidane. You could talk about Newcastle.
Declan Rice as well.
Yeah, Declan Rice as well. I still don't think he's worth 100 million plus, but that's my own personal opinion.
British tax, man.
It is British tax, but that's my own personal opinion. There's a lot of players, but yeah, I'm going to go with Kev because I'm being biased, but also just when I look at City and then the amount of time he's been to find Haaland when nobody else has been looking for him. That's the start. So, but yeah, Kev, man.
Yeah. All right, double flash. Do you man say?
I agree, man. Kevin De Bruyne. It's hard to leave him out, bro. 16 assists, and yes, Haaland as clinical finisher as he is, you know, De Bruyne for me was a big part of that as well. No disrespect to Haaland, still think he's a deadly striker, and he's definitely going to do bits next season. But for me, De Bruyne has to be in that midfield. It's a must, mate. Essential. He gets my vote.
All right.
So that's split, isn't it?
Hmm?
It's split with Guimaraes and
De Bruyne is
KDB.
winning now.
What's your one?
Oh yeah. You said Gamara. You said Gamara, so it's 2-2.
Yeah, I said Guimaraes as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, we've got a bit of a split there. All right, we're moving on to the attackers. We'll start left wing, and then we'll do striker and right wing. Left wing for me, as much as it pains me to say, I have to get to Rashford. I just feel like at one point, United, the goals were only coming from him, and realistically, they don't get top four. They don't win a cup with Rashford. So a bit in trouble. I think he's been one of the best left wingers in Europe. With Vinny. Yeah, we'll have to leave to Rashford still. What about you, Matt?
Since why I become hypocritical. I'm very hypocritical. Based on the numbers, it should be Rashford. Based on the numbers, it should definitely be Rashford.
But
But two things.
You say Grealish, I'm ending the stream. If you say Grealish, I'm ending the stream right now.
But let me explain why. Let me explain why. Secondly, no.
Man saw it coming, bro.
It's not coming. Which is fair. Let me explain why. Let me land. Last year, I was so critical of Grealish. I said, "Yo, he just needs to just play football. He needs to stop overthinking." Other people got the numbers yet. The way he needs to come on this season in terms of confidence, but also like just affecting the game in different ways that you're not necessarily going to see on the stat line, unfortunately. The way like he's coming like in Europe, attacking players, not like winding up players but not getting involved too much. That's why I say Grealish, but it is Rashford. Let me like it is Rashford on that left wing, but I'm gonna make the case for Grealish because of the way he's come on this season and the way he's performed. The numbers will come eventually. Not to say goals, but definitely assists. He's got like 7 this season, in the Prem alone. But yeah, you give it to Rashford. I wouldn't say no to Rashford either. But he really did. He really was like a no-show for like the last 2 months of the season. I'm not gonna lie. You're on mute, bro.
Mhm.
You're
I'll
on mute,
just,
guy.
Right.
I'll just,
It's Rashford for me, man. Rashford, even when Man United were going through some bad dips, he's the one who stood out for me. Really annoyed us at the Emirates. I know we won that game, and don't get me wrong, we deserved to win that game. We were the better team at the end, but he was a problem in that game. He was kind of irritating me, you know. So I have to give it to Rashford on the left wing.
this one is tough. Obviously, you have Rashford, Grealish, Martinelli.
Saka, wait,
Yeah.
Saka should be up there. Oh, yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
he's on the
days.
other wing. He's on the other wing. Yeah, Rashford. I think I have to go with Martinelli for this one. You know, just what he's done this has been his standout season, best season so far for Arsenal. Just looks so good. You know, what a real threat. You know, it's one of the reasons why Arsenal were able to play so effective all season because of him and Saka. You know, Grealish done really good as well, done really well. But he's had a similar season for Aston Villa. Can he go the next step now? Get a few more assists, get a few more goals. If he does that, then yeah, it could be a shout. But for so far, I think Martinelli is, it's definitely been the best player this season in that
Is
position.
it possible for me to change my?
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking about the right wing. Yeah, left wing. Is it possible to change my to Martinelli? Yeah, no biasness here or anything like that. Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong position.
I smell bias.
Yeah, he's
You got
our top.
the Matt syndrome, bro.
He was our top scorer, bro. That wasn't a was he our top scorer?
Yeah, he was still.
Listen, you and
that
Matt
was.
eating
No,
the same fish.
he was tired with Martin.
That wasn't a coincidence, mate. Martinelli did bits, man. He opened us. Look at that game against Liverpool. Both games against Liverpool. He's the one who opened the scoring. Martinelli for me, man. No disrespect, Rashford. Sorry.
We should get straight down the line because one of them going to be it. So let's go on to the right wing.
No. You might think Haaland for your striker, bro, but I'm going Harry Kane, bro.
If you say right, okay. Now here's my debate with Harry.
Wait, what for this season?
Here's my
striker
debate.
of the season.
Harry Kane, 30 goals in that awful Spurs side. 36 behind Haaland.
This
had
is
permanent
now
service. Harry Kane had no service.
Now you're hypocritical.
It's a bit hard to argue with that.
My first season in the Prem, 23 years of age, great job. Haaland, first season in the Prem. And look at his stats. Look what he's accomplished this season, bro. And you're still saying Harry Kane?
I understand,
goals,
bro, but you can't.
30
goals, bro.
30 meaningless goals.
No, because it's a defensive team. 2, he gets no service. He scores the goals by himself, bro. 3, this is the worst Spurs team we've seen in about 6-7 years, and he's forked out 30 goals. If he was playing for City, he would have got 50.
Where is he in the league?
Well, it's not about where he's in the league. For him to do that, I think it's a better achievement than what Haaland's done.
Where is he in the league?
For me, Harry Kane has performed better than Haaland.
Okay, anyway. So, Kane scored 30, Haaland scored 36. Kane has scored 30 goals while playing more minutes in every single game. Haaland has played less minutes and less games for 36. Bear in mind, Haaland is still just technically a poacher, as people want to say. Whereas Kane is what he's. How is Kane 30 now? 31? More developed in the game. Mm-hmm. And this boy has only scored 36, where he's still developing his game. Came to new country, came from the Farmers League, came to the big boy Prem. People said he wasn't going to dominate when he was scored 30 plus goals. Scored like 15 by December time. Obviously, he's had service. Like he played in a goal scoring machine team, but he still has to put the ball in the net. Kane had a great season, 30 goals, 10 assists, whatever it is. But if you don't give it to Haaland, I'm sorry. Like Haaland
Sorry, man.
scored goals.
Kane just
scored
offers more for
goals.
me.
Kane scored goals. But can I go back to your point before with Saliba? We said first time in the season. I know we said Diaz. Yeah, I expect that from Diaz. I expect that from Kane. I expect him to score goals and get assists.
You expected 30 goals from Kane this season. 30.
I expect goals from Kane. What did he get last season? 27.
This is the first time he's ever scored 30 goals. I didn't expect that.
Well, did we expect 36? Would the record be broken this season?
A lot of it.
30 goals, man. What a guy. I mean, the only reason why I'm going to give it to Haaland is because he's broke the record and everything. But the season Kane's had, damn. Like, could Haaland have scored the goals that Kane scored in that Spurs team? No chance.
He's 22 years of age and still developing.
No, but what I'm saying is, put Haaland in that Spurs team. Would he have scored the goals Kane scored this season?
No, he's still developing as a player.
It's true. But he would. So right now, would he have? No, he wouldn't.
But Matt, my point is though, you mentioned it earlier, Matt. You said it yourself. De Bruyne is the only person who finds Haaland. Spurs side, no one is finding Kane, bro. No one's finding this guy. He's creating these
somebody else. Put both players at the same age. Both players at 22. What was Kane doing at Haaland's age?
Kane was banging goals.
How many goals was
he banging
at 20? He was banging goals in the Europa Conference.
Not as good as Haaland.
How many goals was he banging at 20? If they're both the same age, totally different story. But one's 22 and one is 30 years of age. So like you can't necessarily compare because Haaland's only been playing. I don't know.
At the end of the day, if you want to start comparing ages, Ronaldo was breaking records at like 19 or was it 17? So we just have to look at what they've been doing.
And so breaking records. What Haaland's broken record this season as well.
He's done good. He's done good. And as I said, I'm gonna have to just give it to Haaland because of the records.
I said Haaland as well.
I can't do it.
No, bro. I'm saying Haaland as well. It's hard not to say Haaland.
You've got to appreciate what Kane's done this season.
I appreciate what Kane's done. You Faz, listen, in the group chat, I know it sounds like I hate the guy, I can't stand him. I probably do because he's a Tottenham fan. He's a Tottenham guy. But I respect what he's done and what he can do and his ability. Even, I do. I cannot deny 30 goals for that struggling Tottenham team. If
Arsenal had Harry Kane in the team this season, they've won the league.
Yeah, don't get twisted. Kane has done amazing. 30 goals. But at the same time, his 30 goals didn't help them achieve top 4.
They didn't do anything for
Wait, Matt, let me ask you a question. Matt, hold on. Matt, let me ask you a question. If Haaland had scored 29 goals, would you have still given it to Haaland?
Yeah. You know why? Basing your argument for Saliba, first season in the Prem at 22, at a young age of doing well. And that is exactly why. You can't say anything else. That's exactly the reason why I'll still give it to him.
Say no more. Nothing to do with City creating about 40 chances a game, but say no more. We'll move over to the right wing.
Don't hit outside the play because you literally Arteta is coaching City players and is playing the same type of way. So what are you talking about?
What a beast.
We'll move over.
Listen. More direct.
We'll move over to right wing, innit?
It's like I said though, when Arteta was at City, he was training on the pitch with them. Players like Zinchenko and Jesus, obviously they know the guy, so they want to go there. I don't think it's gonna happen again though. I can't see any City player coming to Arsenal again though. So
no, that's it. It's not gonna happen.
No, that's it now.
No, not because they'll come second. It's too risky. But yeah, guys, because of time, let's move over to right wing and then we'll do manager of the season and end it there. And obviously, I know people are gonna say Saka. I hear it. For me, I can't lie. I have to give it to Salah. I can't even lie.
Boom. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I have to give it to Salah. I gotta be honest. Saka's been great. Don't get me wrong. But for Salah to still get 19 goals, 11 assists in that in a really struggling Liverpool side.
Salah. 19 and 12.
I'll give it to Salah.
We've
Yeah.
been,
I can't even lie.
we've
Saka
been
had a great season,
struggling,
but he's
and through everything, that guy's
ghosted.
still been producing.
Mo Salah, definitely, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have to
big
give Salah.
respect.
And I'm surprised that Salah hasn't. Salah wasn't even included in the team of the season for most of these pundits. Like, they haven't put him in, and I'm just like, what? Based on what? Because Liverpool have
You know what
struggled. He's still, but then they're screaming about Kane. I'm thinking Salah still performed, bro. He's had
You know
a tough time, and he's still got.
He did.
This is my point with these stats. Like 19 and 12, great. 30 and whatever, like 10, great. But if it's not helping you, like say, win or
Win
get,
something.
if it's not meaningful, if it's like saying the last 10 minutes when the game's already done and dusted, and you get like a compensatory goal, then it's like that's why you have to really look at this, like looking in context of everything. That's why.
Yeah, no, 100%. The context is there.
Kane, great season. I'm not denying that from him. Like, I'll have him on my team any other day if he was cheaper than what we wanted to pay for him. And he's a little bit younger. But with Salah, I can see why he was left out. I see why people only say Kane or me anyway. But that's why. That's why I say Grealish, because of like season he's had. But Rashford had the better season because he had the stats, he had the goals, and also was also very meaningful. Like against City and
In fact, he affected games.
Yeah,
That's why for Salah, I have to give it to him. Because
But then he did games.
Liverpool was struggling, and I know, but he managed to get them Europa League. I know that's not great, but Liverpool were really down there in 10th, bro.
If it wasn't for Salah, we probably would have finished 10th or 11th this season.
True.
Exactly.
Goals out. Yeah, he's really pulled us
give it
through.
Salah.
He's really pulled us through, man. Yeah.
It's tight.
Yeah,
It's a 60-40 Salah and Saka. It's close.
Yeah.
I'll probably choose Salah.
But just because of, I think because of how, I think for me, because Arsenal were looking well, it's easier for Saka to get the numbers and play well. For Liverpool to be that poor and Salah still come out with decent numbers, I feel like for me, I have to give it to Salah. But yeah, moving over to manager of the year. For me, clear as day, I know Pep's done the treble, Pep's won the league, but let's face it, Pep wins the league almost every year. I've got to give it to Eddie Howe, man. Eddie Howe has brought Champions League football to St. James Park, bro. That's a massive event. Yes, the new owners come in, but they didn't really spend a mad amount. Isak, 60 mil, you could argue, but they didn't go and splash 300 to 400 mil, and they've managed to come forth and get Champions League. I think is an incredible achievement. I know you could argue Spurs and Chelsea and Liverpool have had really poor seasons, and that probably wouldn't happen. But you have to beat who's in front of you. They've done that. They've got fourth. I've got to give it to Eddie Howe, man. That's my say. Matt, who's your manager of the season?
Yeah, like when I would say Pep, but to bring that Newcastle team to top 4 and Champions League football and the season they had, then yeah, can't go wrong with Eddie Howe. Any of the top 4, any of the top 4 managers could actually win it. To be fair, like it can go either way. You could give it to Arteta, Pep, even Erik ten Hag in his first season. But yeah, I think just
even Emery's a good shout.
Yeah, if he was there from the start of the season, I'm sure they would be fighting for top 4, even more so than they were doing.
100%.
Can even make the case for, like, say, people in other leagues, like say Company. But yeah, you can give it to Eddie. I don't mind saying Eddie, to be fair. Obviously, I would say Pep, but
This is a tricky one, man. Because I know if I say Arteta, it's gonna sound biased, but he's on that list because of the stick he took, the Arteta out chance. Imagine, that. But imagine having to go through that, and then all of a sudden you're in a position where you could win the league. He had a chance to silence a lot of people, but it is what it is. There's Arteta, there's the guy you said, Eddie Howe, because despite the financial backing he's got, they didn't spend big. They still managed to be a team to take notice that teams would have to take seriously. and they're in the Champions League. So that's big. Who else? There's Emery as well. It's a hard one, man. Emery, that team were in relegation when Gerrard got fired, and he's got them playing in Europa Conference. I'm gonna give it to Eddie Howe, man. Yeah, I'll give it to Eddie Howe. What he's done is amazing, man, and I still think there's more to come from them next season. So,
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. What about you,
Eddie Howe?
Fasten? Your manager of the year, bro.
I'll have to give it to Pep because not only is he the treble winner, this year, Pep's really grown. Just when you thought, okay, Pep's is an amazing manager, he's a genius. Well, he was still a boy. And this year, he's grown into a real, basically he's gone from a boy to a man, believe it or not. He's always been very smart, he's always been, very shrewd or, or very sort of like, has been very sort of like harsh with his players, but he's really, really grown this year. He's manages the team's expectations really well. The way he's talked as well, he's so humble now. Didn't really lose his rag, too many times. Yeah, I think he's really done so well. I think I have to go. Eddie Howe done amazing. He done amazing. If Pep didn't have such a good season, I would have given it to Eddie Howe because he's what he's done as a manager has been unbelievable. But yeah, my picks.
Okay. No. I hear that. Well, because of the 3-1, I know Matt was a bit on the fence. So it could have been a
Should have stuck with your guy, bro.
Could have been a joint one. No, I did hear what you say about Arteta, but for me, I just feel like because he dropped it for the end, it kind of just like kicks him out of the talk. So yeah, it's a tough one.
I think
even
sorry, I think it's down to lack of experience. I think it's just down to lack of experience as well. He overused the players. The January transfer window. Yeah. What we got as our bench. There was a lot of second choices there. I mean, for me, the one sign I was happy with in January was Trossard. Jorginho, I was in two minds about. But this is my point. I think he'll learn from all of that as well. So hopefully next season is a good one. But it's still debatable. We'll see anyway. We'll see. Mm-hmm. It depends on the signings.
Well, we're gonna because of time. We're gonna wrap up rapid. I'm gonna leave with one more thing. I'm gonna ask each of you, man, who wins the league next season, and then we'll leave it there. For me, I can't lie. If Pep's still there, I think City are gonna win it again and break history, winning it 4 times in a row. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, Pep, City.
City double fast.
Yeah, City. He ain't done yet. He ain't done. He wants to break records before he leaves City. So Man City.
Obviously we've not seen the signings, but I'll go with the safe choice right now, which is City. But even then, that's not really the safe choice because City's out of steam. Next year it's going to be so hard for them, especially if they lose Gundogan as well. But yeah, for now, because I've not really seen any other teams or anything, so City. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. We'll be back maybe in the next couple of weeks to go through the transfer rumors, any done deals that will happen, and just to talk about what to expect in next season. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a 620 podcast. Have a good week. See you guys.
It's been enjoying, man.
Stay blessed.
Nice one.
Respect, bros. Stay blessed, man.
See you guys. Bye.
Pleasure, man.